Imagine going from this to this, because that's exactly what we did. We went from a tiny town called Lano, Texas, with a population of less than 4,000 people, to Bangkok, Thailand, which is one of the biggest metropolitan areas in the world with a population of over 17 million.
This experience left us with all types of emotions, and I mean, from exhaustion from a very long flight to excitement to be in a very big city and chaotic and things going on, and also confusion because it was our first time traveling Southeast Asia.
Hi, I'm David.
I'm Juliani.
And we're full-time slow travelers. We like to tell you about our experiences slow traveling cities around the world. And we like to do it in a way that is a little bit more based in reality rather than these super glossy reviews you always see on social media. So in this video, we're going to tell you about how our 1 month in Bangkok went in our style. So let's get into it.
We traveled from Austin, Texas to Bangkok, and we had a couple of stops in the middle. The first one was in San Francisco, and we got robbed.
Basically. I mean, legally robbed, because at the airport, I paid, I think, $9 for a freaking water. So that's insane. Also, San Francisco airport was like under renovation at the time, and we had to walk like a full mile at least between terminals with our bags and everything. And my backpack was like 40 pounds. Don't tell the airlines that, but it was heavy. And yeah, San Francisco airport, boo.
Yeah, too long.
Rip off.
Well, besides that, we took a 14-hour flight with United in our premium economy class. And it was quite amazing. We had 2 seats just for us at the window. It was very comfy, so we just enjoyed the flight. We landed in Taipei. That was a very quick stop. We had less than 1 hour. And it was our first time traveling the real milky boba tea.
Taiwan,
yeah. The Taiwan one. The original one is made in Taiwan. And we tried, so we had this quick stop, get us some refreshments, and we fly from Taipei to Bangkok, finally. So we landed at night in Bangkok.
We've made it.
And we are happy about it.
Not even that tired. 27 hours, 23 minutes, and 33 seconds to get from Austin Airport to Bangkok Airport.
Not counting the time that we have to wake up at 4 a.m.
and travel to and from. But from airport to airport, 27 hours.
And we took a hotel for the first hours until our Airbnb was ready. And it was the longest flight that we ever had. So we were very tired and very jet lagged. And when I mean it, like we slept basically the whole day for like 2 or 3 days. Not doing anything in the city because we were just tired. So plan that in advance. If you're planning a short visit, you might need to make a little bit longer just for you to adapt.
Why would you ever do a short visit in Bangkok? Like, if you're going to do a short visit, don't. Stay longer. It's an awesome city. You should stay there longer. And the jet lag, if you're coming from the other side of the world like we were, is so bad that you're just going to waste your time there if you don't spend at least like 2 days getting used to the time zone difference. So, yeah. Anyways, carrying on.
We woke up at 7 a.m., something like that. But it was too early for breakfast. Like, there was no coffee shops or anything nearby. And I think that the hotel was not offering.
It didn't have.
Yeah. So we decided to go back to sleep. And that was a rookie mistake. Because we woke up, our checkout at the hotel, we got a late checkout, was about 5 p.m. And we woke up at 4:30 p.m. So that was our mistake. Jet lags apart. After that, everything was ready. Everything was good.
All right, so apart from almost missing our check-in with our Airbnb host because of our late sleeping in the hotel, we did eventually check in. We settled in to our first couple of days in the city. So I'm going to tell you now about some of our first impressions, some of the things that stuck out to us right away from our first couple of days in Bangkok. To set the scene, I'm going to tell you again about how we travel. So we travel slow. We don't really do all the touristy things because we're full-time travelers, and honestly, if we do all the touristy things and all the places we go, we couldn't be traveling still. We'd be broke. So we kind of live the lifestyle more of like if you were to actually live there. And we stayed in the Vadhana district on Soi 13. So we were kind of in the central area near a bunch of bars and restaurants, kind of in the middle of all the action. That's kind of giving you a background information for how we travel and where we were staying. With that in mind, some of the first impressions that stuck out to us right away, and this is going to be pretty obvious, the first one, it's freaking hot. Like, it is super hot. And I'm from Texas, so I'm pretty used to being in a hot environment. The only bad thing about Bangkok is there's never a break. You know, in Texas, you're there for 1 or 2 months out of the summer and you're absolutely melting. It's miserable. But then you go to like other seasons. You have fall, you have spring, and it's bearable heat. In Bangkok, year round, it's either hot and dry or hot and rainy. But either way, it's freaking hot. So yeah, the weather there, you're going to be sweaty. It's just a hot tropical place.
Be prepared.
Another thing that stood out to us right away, we like to explore on foot as much as we can because I think it gives you the best sense of what a city is really like, and you get to walk and see things that you might miss otherwise traveling in a car. And when we landed in Bangkok, we were pretty surprised to see that most of the sidewalks are just on the big avenues, on the sois like we were on the Soi 13. You're sharing the road with the cars and the mopeds. So it seemed a little bit strange to us to be in a big city like that that's world famous and not have like a dedicated sidewalk. But this was our first time in Southeast Asia. We've come to learn that that is pretty normal in Southeast Asia. But yeah, as a first impression for us, we were like, what is this normal? Like it seems kind of sketchy that we're walking right next to all these cars.
It didn't feel safe, I mean, at least in the beginning. After, we just got used to it.
The other thing that we noticed is along our street, and I mean, people talk about this all over the place, but there's street food, you know? Bangkok is famous for street food. And along our street, there was a couple of street food vendors. And we kind of thought it was gross. And that opinion didn't change much for the whole trip. There was a few places where they sold street food and we tried it because it looked a little bit nicer of a place, a little bit higher of hygiene standards. But for the most part, like the food stalls there seem a little bit dirty. Like they're open air food trucks or food stands, I mean. So the food is just kind of sitting out and there's flies and there's people walking by and coughing and pollution, all kinds of stuff. And it just didn't seem that appealing. And some of the smoke from the places that we were walking by, like the food stands cooking, the smoke goes straight into your lungs and it burns. So yeah, the food stands there, they left a first impression of like, oh, I thought it was going to be like a little bit more professional, if that makes sense. Like a little bit more clean, like properly refrigerated stuff and covered, and nah, it's kind of just out there. For a lot of people, they're cool with stuff like that. They like to try that kind of street food. They're into that adventure. For me, I mean, I'm not Anthony Bourdain. I never will be. That's not my type of food that I like. So I'm much happier being in a restaurant where the kitchen's actually well prepared and well kept. And yeah, so that's just my personal take. The food scene there, the street food scene, not my cup of tea, not for me. And then last thing, because I'm an American, it was weird to see everyone driving on the left. So.
Yeah, it feels different and you need to pay extra attention if you just arrived in Bangkok or any other Southeast Asia countries when crossing the street, because you naturally it's going to look to the other side, but no, like you pay attention when you cross the street because that's really a thing.
Yeah, and the cars may or may not stop for you, so definitely look both ways. And sometimes even you'll look the way the cars are actually coming, and then you'll look the other way, the way the cars shouldn't be coming, and a moped's coming that way at you.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you never know. You gotta be careful there. Okay, so we've mentioned a couple of iffy things for us already, but I want to emphasize that as a whole, we really like Bangkok, and there's a lot more to like than there is to dislike, but we're going to present the balanced view in this, so you will hear some of both, but now we're going to take some time to tell you about the positives of Bangkok, the things we really liked about it.
The Thai people. Especially the Thai people. They are so polite, they're so happy, their culture is so rich, and I mean, we were very welcome in whatever place we went to, a store, to 7-Eleven, to a restaurant. Thai people really acknowledge that you are there and they want to make your stay the best as possible. And yeah, we are always greeted with Sawadee ka, which is something that we actually miss going to other countries. We always miss like, oh my God, I wanted to hear Sawadee ka whenever we enter somewhere. So Thai people, they are one of the best things from Thailand.
Yeah, very friendly. And even there, I think that's one of the only countries in Southeast Asia so far where our drivers, our Grab drivers, regularly try to interact with us and they had a good time doing it. And even if they didn't speak English, which a lot of them didn't, they used their translator and we talked back and forth on Google Translate. So everyone there was really friendly, and yeah, the Thai people, 10 out of 10. Another thing we really liked, you can't go to Thailand without seeing Muay Thai, you know? What do you mean you went to Thailand and you didn't see Muay Thai, right? So we went to see a Muay Thai match. I think it's at Rajadamnern. Let me see how to say that.
Ramadan.
Rajadamnern.
It's the biggest and probably I think it was the first Muay Thai stadium in Thailand. It was very nice. It was not just a fight, it was a show, was interactive show. So I really recommend if you're going to Thailand, you need to go to that place.
Yeah. We went to one, it was called like, it was one of the nights that had like the highest rates of KOs. There wasn't any KOs, so don't be misled by that. It's kind of amateurs, it seems like, fighting, that they're pretty good, but I think there's nights where they have the ranked fighting, like on Sundays, is what I remember reading. So double check before you go if you want to see like a highly ranked fight. You might need to pick a specific day of the week where they're having the higher ranked fighters. Otherwise, it's just kind of people training Muay Thai, fighting each other. But even still, very entertaining. And they have an immersive projection that's playing on the ceiling. So it's a good event. It's a good spectacle to go see. Another thing we really liked doing in Thailand is visiting a lot of the Buddhist temples. Thailand is a very Buddhist country. They have a lot of Buddhist temples and shrines and stuff all throughout the city. And we got to see a few of them. Honestly, we didn't go to all of them because there's simply so many. And at a certain point, like, a temple is a temple, right? It starts to become a bit repetitive. I'm not saying, like, each one's not special and it doesn't have something worth visiting, but it's kind of like when you go to Europe and you start seeing all the Catholic churches, you're like, okay, I get it. It's a Catholic church. I've seen them. But the Buddhist temples can't miss. Like, they're really cool, especially if you've never seen something like that. Yeah. It's a completely different style of architecture, different vibe inside.
Just make sure that you wear some long pants and cover your shoulders because you cannot enter the temple if you are wearing anything that shows too much. So keep an eye on, and it's definitely worth to visit at least 1 or 2 temples.
Mm-hmm.
The metro was our go-to in Bangkok. Basically, the public transportation there works just great. It's on time, it's clean, and is very affordable. And of course, you avoid the traffic because the traffic is very bad. And with a metro, just works smoothly. I would totally recommend. We didn't have a metro card, but I mean, we didn't need it. We can buy on the ticket station and works just fine.
Another thing we really loved about Bangkok is it's just a super convenient city to be in. Like, it's a very easy city to be comfortable in. You have 7-Elevens at every single corner, so you can get snacks, drinks, like little things that you might be missing, shampoo, Q-tips, whatever, if you're traveling. There's Grab, which is really good, food delivery, and like it's kind of like Uber. It's like Uber Eats and Uber rides combined into one. So that's really convenient. And the prices on that are way better than you get in the US. Like, Uber is a scam. Grab is the truth.
Yeah.
So that's really convenient. There's malls everywhere. There's good public transit. It's just a city of a million different conveniences. And we really enjoyed that aspect of it because it was so easy to do whatever you wanted there.
It's very hard to get bored in Bangkok. Like we said, if you go for like 1 week, just try to extend that. You need more time to explore Bangkok. You never get bored. There's a lot of parks. There's Lumpini Park, Benchakiri Park. They were beautiful. A lot of shopping malls and events happening, whatever in the city. Pop-up events as well. Usually in shopping malls they happen. And the street markets at night, they are something interesting to talk about. They're very lively, very full of souvenirs and people. Kind of chaotic, but it's beautiful anyways.
One thing we have to mention also, just because it was top of our mind from coming straight from the US to Bangkok, the price difference between the US and Bangkok, what you can get for your money, way better in Bangkok. Like I said, Grab rides are super cheap, so maybe a $5 Grab ride in Bangkok would have been a $50 ride, a $50 Uber ride in the US. Like, that's crazy to me. The food, obviously, is going to be way cheaper. Like, all the prices for us were very nice, especially because we had just spent 2 months in the US, so we kind of got sticker shock there. And coming back to reality in Bangkok and getting things that, for us, were an affordable price point, or at least a price point that made more sense, It's based in reality.
Yeah, you're not going to pay $9 for water, for example, in Bangkok.
Yeah.
This doesn't exist.
So that was nice for us to see prices that were not so shocking.
Well, we did a few touristic things. For example, we visited the Erawan Museum. It's a museum that has an elephant with 3 heads. It's pretty cool. It's kind of far from the city center, but you can have an easy access with the train, with the metro station. And we also visited the ancient city, which is, like I used to say, it's a Thailand theme park, Thailand. So you have miniatures of other temples and other nice buildings around Thailand in just one place. And you can, for example, rent a golf cart like we did, or a bike, and just explore around, take all the photos. They even have elephant rides, which I'm not a big fan of it, but yes, they have elephant rides if you want to try riding an elephant.
And we also did the Grand Palace, which was very cool to see, very nice buildings. The only downside for me is that we couldn't go in the Grand Palace. I guess it was just the time of day, but...
Yeah, I think it was an event happening and we didn't look correctly. So we missed entering the Grand Palace. But outside, at least, was massive and very nice.
Outside was nice, super hot. So another reason I was sad we didn't get to go inside. But maybe if we go back, we'll go check it out inside. I don't know. Okay, earlier I mentioned that the street food was not for me. But that doesn't mean that all of the food in Thailand was not for me. In fact, Bangkok's food scene was top tier in my books. It was so good. We went to a ton of different restaurants. We went to some street food places, not a ton, but we did try some. So we tried a wide range of styles of food while we were there. And I was so happy that we hardly ever had to check and like really dive into Google reviews before we went somewhere to make sure it was good. You just pick a place that looks like it would be good, and guess what? It's freaking good. We had a streak of like 10 meals in a row where we were like, this might be the best of whatever it was that we've had, you know? So the food there was amazing. However, and this is going to start leading into some of the negative things or like the meh things about Bangkok, there is a catch. If you're ordering spicy food in Thailand and you get Thai spicy, like if they say it's Thai spicy, you might double check or rethink that idea, because Thai spicy is a different league of spiciness.
Don't get it, no. Trust me.
Melted our taste buds off. They have two kind of spice levels they'll ask you, you know, they'll say spicy or like foreigner spicy, you know. And you could say like, I want it tourist spicy. That way they'll tone it down a ton. Otherwise, if you get something Thai spicy, gonna be a bad 30 minutes while you're eating it, and then the next, I don't know how long after, but you're gonna have a bad time after that as well.
Another thing you're gonna find a lot in Bangkok and basically all over Thailand is massage places. People will stop you on the street asking to go inside and do some massage on your feet, on your legs, on your back. And of course, there is a Thai massage. It's very known. We went to a couple of massage places, having a very relaxing one that was not a Thai massage, a relaxing one, we enjoyed and everything. We had to try the Thai massage. We went both in a very good ratings house that we found, and oh my god, they basically broke us. Like we had a little bit of back pain before we entered, and after we entered we were worse. He had bruises on his back. I could see bruises of like how strong the lady was. And on me, she was not either. Like I was in pain, and we basically ruined the massage experience in Thailand for us on going to that place. So yeah. Thai massage, too strong.
It was insane too, because the lady is like less than 5 feet tall. So you're thinking, no way she's that strong. Brother, she's that strong. She had my arms pulled back at one point like this, and her knees were in the middle of my back, and I'm like, ah! And then,
it is painful. It's not relaxing at all.
No, it was not relaxing. Like she said, I was bruised. So that might be another thing, that if you're getting a Thai massage, maybe there's 2 levels. I don't know. We never really asked because we were just so in shock that we got pummeled. We didn't go back. But make sure you ask for like a more gentle massage, because even if you're like, when I was going, I was like, too strong.
They don't stop.
They didn't really let up. Thai massage, some are very good, some are
some are
very strong.
Thai spicy massage.
Yeah, Thai spicy massage. And this is just a natural segue from massages. So another thing in the Thailand tourism scene, there's a lot of sex tourism. There's just no way around it. And some of the times it's freaking disgusting to see. Like you'll see Normal massage places. And then there's other massage places that are like soapy massage places, or like...
The ladies dressed in something very short, waiting for you outside. That's dodgy massage place.
Yeah.
That's not the one we went to, though.
No. We even saw some graffiti, or not graffiti, but like signage outside of other massage places that are like, no happy endings. Like they had to explicitly say no happy endings. So that's a little bit sad to see. And then the thing that was really disgusting is like when you're seeing an 80-year-old guy walking around with like a 20-year-old girl, and it's just gross. Like it's just gross to see. So the sex tourism there, if you're going for that, awesome. That's a place where you can do it. For me, I don't like that, and I don't like to see that, especially with those situations. So yeah, for me, I didn't like to see that, and Giuliani didn't like to see that either.
No,
so.
it was a shock for me. I never seen something like 1 or 2 workers, yeah, but like more than 20 on one square in the same street. Like it was not even that late. For example, 10 p.m. people already out. It's just not nice. Not a nice feeling. I hate it.
Okay, something that comes with the territory of being a tropical city is tropical animals. So we had, more than most cities in Southeast Asia, Bangkok had a lot of cockroaches. Like when you're just walking around, you'd see a ton of them. And Giuliani, every time one gets close to her foot, ah!
Yeah, I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cockroaches. There's a lot of big rats.
Monster rats.
Yeah, big ones. It's not unique to Bangkok. Other cities in the world have this, but it was definitely prevalent in Bangkok. So a lot of tropical creatures. Also, my least favorite creature, the mosquito. And of course, I got blasted by mosquitoes while I was there. We got, there's a rose, there's kind of a different mosquito spray that they use in Thailand that we bought, and actually works very good. So it smells good. Once we figured that out, once we found that at 7-Eleven, spraying that, we carried it in the purse with her everywhere we went, because you never knew when you'd get attacked by mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's a must-have thing on your bag if you're traveling. If you're a girl, on your purse, please carry a mosquito repellent, because you're gonna need that.
The real MVP for that one.
Well, this one might seem controversial because it is a touristic thing, but for us, like we say, we don't do that much of touristic things. We visit Chinatown, and Chinatown, it's not exactly our cup of tea. Why? Because it's pure chaos, too crowded. They don't actually close the street, so the cars are passing and you are like trying to be on the sidewalk that doesn't have a lot of space because people are selling on the sidewalk. And all the shops and the sellers, they basically sell the same thing. And especially, you probably saw something about Thai people eating scorpions or cockroaches, barbecue and stuff like that. Well, they do have this in Chinatown, but let me tell you something. It's just for tourists. Local Thai people, they don't eat that. That's just a joke. And people want to go to Thailand to try that because it's not really a thing. It's just for tourists. So please don't do it. I actually hated the food that we had there. We went to one of those restaurants. Was popping of people. And he ordered something. I ordered something with seafood, and the seafood was basically whole. In Brazil, we are used to serve, for example, shrimps without the shell, without the tail, and without the head. Just the meat. And there was basically the whole shrimp with the eyes popping out. And I'm sorry, me that don't like that much seafood, having to see that, I basically didn't eat. So yeah, not for me. Completely skippable Chinatown. Too crowded, too noisy, not worth it.
Another thing about the food scene there that we kind of missing is red meat. So this is something that'll be a common theme for us throughout Southeast Asia. We didn't know it, but I guess it makes sense now that we've been here for quite some time. There's not a lot of red meat because they simply don't have cows there in Southeast Asia, or there's not many cows. So if people are selling red meat like beef, it's usually imported beef from either Japan, Australia, the US, or no, I think that's it. Pretty much those places. So you're gonna pay extra for a basic steak or something like that. So we did find ourselves craving like, oh, we want to go get a steak tonight. Mm-hmm. And then you go look and there's not many steak places. And if there is a steak place, then it's like really high prices, especially when you can get good Thai food for so cheap. Like it makes paying that much for a steak meal feel really stupid. So we didn't have any steak, I think.
No.
And we did miss it, but we're able to get by just fine without it. The last thing that we really didn't like, and this is no fault of Bangkok itself, but it's just an unfortunate scenario. We were there during the big earthquake, the big 7 point something magnitude earthquake that struck in Myanmar and was felt in Bangkok. We experienced that firsthand. Did not like that at all. So we were actually lucky enough to be on ground floor when it happened, because we were staying, I think, on like the 17th floor of some old apartment building. And we were on the first floor in a Starbucks working in a cafe. And we're sitting there and I'm like, whoa, like I think I'm passing out, because I felt really dizzy all of a sudden. And I'm checking, like, did my heart just stop? And Giuliani looks at me and she's like, do you feel that? Like, she's like, I got dizzy all of a sudden too. So we're both like, wait, you got dizzy? And you got...
Yeah.
And then we look at each other and we notice the lights above us are swinging. And I look outside and there's a huge dump truck parked outside, and the dump truck is rolling back and forth. And we're like, oh shit, we're in an earthquake right now, like a big earthquake. And everyone's kind of looking at each other like,
People start screaming on the Starbucks for everybody to leave, like, leave. And then we just run. It was, it was awful. That feeling of like getting dizzy for me, I don't know how to explain that. But now I think I got PTSD. Every time I see like something swinging, for example, a light, I have that feeling that, oh my God, something's going on. And I'll continue the story.
Yeah, so that was super sketchy. Like you said, we have PTSD from it. So now every time we feel a little bit dizzy, we checked. You see, like, is the water wiggling or the lights swinging? So it was super scary. Didn't like that at all. And what made it worse is that we were in an older, like, I don't know when it was built, maybe 70s or 60s, 50s, I don't know, some old concrete apartment building. And we obviously got kicked out of the Starbucks because they closed it. We were lucky enough to pack up our laptops because we were just kind of like, okay, let's get out of here. We had no idea that they'd closed the store, but they closed the store and we were stuck on the street at that point. And we waited, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours outside in the heat on the street before we were able to go back into our apartment building. And we were watching outside from the street and we saw like a fire happening. So there was smoke coming out one of the windows in our apartment building. So we were like, I don't know if we're coming back in tonight. I don't know what's going on. And we started seeing people on the outside, like talking to a building representative. And the building representative showed us a picture on her WhatsApp and they were like, yeah, they're checking this. And I got to go look up and see, and I was like, what are they checking? Huge cracks in the building, and they were checking to make sure it was safe to enter. So we're like, okay, that doesn't feel very great. But anyways, people start going in at some point, 4 hours later about, and we go in, and this is our first time experiencing an earthquake like this, especially in a city that's not really prepared for earthquakes. So we start seeing, as soon as we walk in, the walls of the building on the ground floor are like falling in. The ceiling tiles are dropped out. There's cracks in everything.
Yeah.
And so we're like, ooh, like it doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel nice. So then we go up our elevator, which also felt stupid to do. Like, why are we in the elevator? But the elevators were working. So we were like, all right, I guess we're taking the elevator. So we take the elevator up to our floor, 16th floor, 17th floor. I don't remember, one of those two. So pretty like middle to high up on the building. And as soon as we got out of the elevator, that's when we were like, we probably shouldn't stay here. So I'll show pictures. I took pictures of it, but there's columns in the building that you could see where the wall had cracked away during the earthquake, and the columns themselves are cracked. You can see the cracks going all the way through. We open our apartment. There's cracks all in the walls of our apartment. There's dust all over the floor from the ceilings and stuff cracking through. We can see like cracks going through the concrete in our bedroom. We can see the balcony that we have has a crack on it. So we were like looking at each other. I remember saying like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've never been in this situation. I don't know what to do. And
we were like, should we stay? We're thinking about packing or not. We were a little bit uncertain. But then we heard the noise.
A loud...
Something felt from the building. And he said to me, fuck no, we are going.
I said, pack up right now. We're getting out right now.
Yeah.
Because they had said to us, like, oh, they've checked the building. It's safe to enter. But we kind of knew, like, that doesn't pass the bullshit test. Like, there's thousands of buildings in Bangkok. there's going to be very few people who are actually qualified enough to go and actually inspect this in time to make sure they're fit to be in, to stand, to live in, that they're going to stay standing. And all they had was like the building maintenance crew go around and kind of do an eyeball check and be like, yeah, it's good. And then they let people back in the building. So already I was skeptical of like, did they really do a check? So they lied to us and said like, yeah, it's completely safe. They've checked.
It was not safe.
No, they didn't check. They had the maintenance crew go and like, yeah, fine, whatever, come back in. And we found out days later that it took maybe 5 or 6 days to get actual engineers out there to check to make sure it's structurally sound. And that check takes a long time anyways. So we did not like it. We heard the loud thud and we got the hell out of there, and we stayed in the hotel for the last week. And that was the right choice because actually the hotel was nicer than our Airbnb. So
yeah, we were searching for hotels that were lower. So if something happened, we had to run away. It's going to be way less distance to the floor.
Yeah, our hotel was only like 7 stories tall. So
yeah.
We got a nice hotel for that. But yeah, being in an earthquake like that, and also being in a situation where you couldn't rely on the officials to give you the truth because, I don't know, for whatever reason, they were just saying like, it's safe. That wasn't fun. Not really the fault of Bangkok, just an unfortunate situation we were caught in, but it still means that we had quite a big stain on our experience there from that earthquake.
After all of this, do we plan to go back to Bangkok? Well, absolutely. Bangkok is amazing, and I would say that the positive things about Bangkok outshines the negative one. And 1 month, it's not enough to enjoy the city. We for sure need more time. Something that we would do different next time will be staying in a further neighborhood. We don't necessarily need to be riding the action because it's a little bit noisy, and since we tried the public transportation, it works just perfectly. I would prefer staying in a further neighborhood with access to the train station, and we're just set. Also, another thing to include is the AC bills. We would prefer a place that has the AC bills within the rent because the AC was basically never off. They don't have central thing like we have in the US. So the electricity bill is going to get higher. Be aware of that as well.
Yeah, the electricity in Thailand in general is quite expensive. So if you're running your AC all the time, which you probably want to do if you're staying home in the heat, it's going to rack up a pretty penny. And our Airbnb didn't cover our electricity, so you had to pay the electricity on top. So we had to turn our AC off a lot more than we wanted to. So next time, either get a place that's naturally cooler, like it has more shade or is better insulated, or find a place that has the electricity included, because that was a scam, getting scammed there on the electricity bill.
Yeah.
That's what we thought about Bangkok. Overall, loved the place. And after Bangkok, we actually went to Thailand's second biggest city, Chiang Mai. And Chiang Mai caught us by surprise as well. Even though we were just in Bangkok for a full month, Chiang Mai still was surprising to us because it's so different. So in the next video, we're going to talk about our 1 month that we spent in Chiang Mai, how it compares to Bangkok, same kind of thing, what we liked, what we didn't like. So if you're interested in that, stick around, make sure you don't miss it. You can either subscribe so that this shows up in your feed, or interact with this video in some way, like, comment, and then maybe the YouTube algorithm will bring you back. Obviously, we're a bit biased here and we want you to subscribe because we are a growing small little channel and we are trying to provide meaningful, valuable content to you. And one of the ways that helps us to get better at that is to have more subscribers, to get more feedback, to get more viewership. So it would mean a lot to us if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Peace.